Well, actually, Dan, it's priced pretty similarly to the Accord. Surprisingly, two people before we went on air this morning came up and looked at the car and went to the back and said, I can't believe this is a Ford. But we've had the Fusions out here before. In fact, when the first one came out, I gave it a huge thumbs up. It was the most amazing car, in my opinion, the Ford Motor Company had ever made. Now we've added real styling to it. We've changed the platform that it rides on. I actually prefer the last generation just a bit more in terms of ride and drive, but I promise you, anybody else will jump in this and love it. 3 engines, all of them 4 cylinders, 175 horsepower, the EcoBoost at 178, and then we have another one, a bigger one, that goes up to 240 horsepower. It's rated 37 miles to the gallon highway, and just to the number, that's what I got coming in this morning on Interstate 30. Okay, the mid-size sedan race is heating up. Everybody's starting to get a great mid-size sedan, but this may be where Ford wins it, and that's the dash work on this. This one is absolutely phenomenal. More important, the navigation system is big, it's easy to see everything, and when you go into the touch screens, Ford is finally getting the message. This one's easy to operate everything, flip between screens, between CDs, radios, navigation system, and the seats are unbelievably comfortable. Now, because of the really sloopy design here in the back, I'm going to call this car comfortable for 4 people, 5'9", 5'10 max. Of course, if you're in the front, you can be a lot taller, but you're going to crowd people out in the rear seat. And when we go here, we've got a fairly decent cut here to the trunk, although this is kind of funny that this sticks out so much. So I had a tendency to want to kind of pop my head up against it, leaning in and out, but for most, I don't think that's a problem. So, road noise, because that's been a big critique of mine. This one's actually pretty good in 99% of the road conditions. As I said, the ride and drive on it, I actually prefer the old Mazda chassis, the Fusion rode on, but for the average person, this one's going to be great. It starts about $22,000. This one is an SE model with the first EcoBoost engine on it. It's $29,300. If I had one little complaint, when you're waiting for the engine to kick in, if you're doing passenger on the freeway, you're going to have that little bit of lag time, and you're going to have to learn to get used to that. Then it will take off. But the Ford dealers, since it's come out, they've had a hard time keeping them in stock. It's a huge seller for Ford, but the dealers can't get enough of them. With that, y'all have a good weekend.
All right, thanks so much for that, Ed. The inside's really nice. Wow.
Yeah, I guess thumbs up. You can listen to Ed on 570 KLIF tomorrow. His car column is always in Sunday's Fort Worth Star Telegram.